to She's Got Yarn. Hope everybody's doing well. Today is Saturday, the 19th of October of 2024. Miss Sadie. Hey, baby. Hey. Yes, I have Sadie with me. Anyways, this morning I'm in Sarasota. Yesterday I picked up Nina from Nina's Knots Crochet, and we drove down to, it's down because we're driving south, down here to Sarasota, Florida. It's near Sarasota, okay? We're on the outskirts, I guess, of Sarasota, or I'm not sure. Anyways, we're close to the airport, let's say that, in Sarasota. And we're gonna pick up Term Grammy. I can't remember, actually I don't know what time her flight is. Lynette was gonna text Lynette. The two Lyns are tongue twisters and brain twisters for this one. Anyways, so we're gonna call Lynanne Nina, okay, and Lynette. So I don't confuse myself. But anyways, Nina's gonna call Lynette, or she was gonna text her last night, find out what time her plane is coming in and what airline. I think we know the time, we just didn't know the airline, so that, you know, I'm not sure how that works. I know I picked Lynette up a couple of years ago, and I picked her up, she was standing outside. I just kept driving around until I saw her, you know, and yeah, so that was easy because I didn't have to park or anything like that. So, and what was really cool was the house. No, the hotel. The first night we were there, we got a hotel. We didn't get the house. We wanted to get there ahead of time, and the hotel was just right across the road from the airport. That was really nice for me. So, anyways, been having a good time with Nina. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot. We went out to Chili's last night and had dinner together, and we went shopping for Sadie. Sadie's with us. As part of her training, she has to be with me. So we went to Petco and got her this really cool, it's called a Happy Place. It's a canvas dog crate. We've got to exchange it for a larger one because within a week she'll be too big for it. I don't want to spend that kind of money and have to switch it out. But it's really light. It's like a suitcase. You fold it up. It's a soft. It's really cool. Here. It's behind me, but this is probably give you a better picture. But it's really soft. You can set her down in it. She can walk in it. But anyways, it's perfect. It's lightweight for travel. And Tim and I will do a lot of traveling. I mean, I could leave her loose in here, but it's part of her training is to crate trainer. And actually, I think she liked it. Didn't you? You liked it, huh? Come here. Come here. Up. Come on. She's getting so big. Eventually, I'm not going to be able to put her on my lap. No, I'll always be able to hold her. Hopefully, she won't get that big. But she's doing okay. But this trip is just about Yarny sisters getting together, having a great time. A bunch of us had a trip planned. Billie rented a big house on the beach, or near the beach at least, and there was a bunch of us women. There was probably 19 of us, maybe, I'm not sure, but anyways, just from all around the yarn community, and we were going to get together, and unfortunately the hurricanes tried to squash the trip. It's not totally ruined. The three of us are making the best of it. Actually, four. Billie, we're going to meet with Billie too, but Lynette, she says, I'm not canceling this trip. So we're going to be here for 2 days. Well, yesterday, I'm going to stay tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to go to Daytona. Going to look for some yarn shops. We're going to go by Crochet yarn shop in Daytona. I need to let her know that we're coming. I haven't called her, but she has donated a lot of mystery bags for Boggy Creek giveaway, which I think is really sweet of her. She did it last year and she already sent me the bags, but we're gonna go by there. There's some yarn I need anyways over there. Yeah. What else? What else, Sadie? But we got the room here and it's nice. It's a little bigger. It's more than what we really needed. It's got a kitchenette and 2 queen-size beds. And I told the girls that I was bringing Miss Sadie, so I got my own room. You know, usually we all share, but I actually like my privacy. When I get ready for bed and I'm up and down and up and down and I annoy other people. I know I drove Miss Billie crazy on the ship. Just, you know, everybody has their own things. Sit, Sadie, sit, sit, sit. Good girl. Down. Down. She doesn't know what to think about the box. Yeah, she's nervous. She's getting better. I mean, it's just, we have our moments, but this video is not really about Sadie. Just want to let you know she's with me. Yesterday, you know, I haven't crocheted much last week at all. Just life's been busy. And so I brought this to hopefully finish. And I brought, on the trip, I brought my year of dishcloths. Yes, I'm 3 weeks behind, probably 4 now, who knows. But anyways, I brought all the yarn. I packed up all the yarn so that after I finished the cardigan, I got all the yarn for the 3 weeks, all the different colors of the projects. And hopefully I can catch up. They're not, I think each washcloth probably takes an hour, if not a couple hours, you know? So it shouldn't be a problem. And maybe I could just start another cardigan. No, I didn't bring any of that yarn. I gotta finish this. And let me show you what I have done so far. Last night and on the trip, that's all I got done. This ribbing is, I did 15 stitches, so it's kind of wide. It's wider than most of my ribbing that I do. And this is a duster, so it's quite long, but I feel like this has taken forever. And I kept messing up on the stitches and having a frog, and I finally had to face the fact that I needed a stitch marker. And I only needed it when it's like right here to attach the new row of ribbing. But let me see. I'll try to stand up and put this on for y'all. It's gonna look so nice when I'm done. I love this thing so already. I've been wanting this color cardigan forever, and I've had this cardigan in my Pinterest pin. Similar. It's not identical, but it's very similar, but very long, and it's not overly heavy. The yarn that I use now, this gray yarn is heavier than the XL Amigo from Hobby, but it is really nice. It is kind of airy, you know, with the big, these are treble stitch, not a double but treble. This, yeah, for the most part. But I really, oh, did I not put that stitch marker back? Because I've got one on the floor. It fell out. Dang it. I missed the stitch when I connected it. Darn it. But the hook I'm using is a J hook. The gray yarn is Prism by Big Twist. I love this yarn, and I'm worried I didn't bring enough. I grabbed a cake. I had a small cake. You know, I had a little bit left doing the collar, and then I connected this, and I'm worried. I'm like right here, you know, and I got to come back around the neck and all the way down, so I might be a little short. If I'm here in Sarasota, I might stop by Joann's. I might get lucky and find a skein. I have plenty at home. If not, you know, I'll do as much as I can. But I was hoping I could possibly wear it. I really love this, and I am going to do a tutorial. It's been really easy, an easy cardigan, basic stitch. The stitches I use is a treble crochet. Let's see, double crochet, single crochet, just your basic stitches. So, and single crochet in the back loop for the ribbing. So, good. I think I just wanted it. I pulled some of it out. Yep, almost messed up. What I did, but I didn't put it in this. I didn't put it here. I put it in the stitch. This is to mark the stitch, not necessarily hold the stitch. So I need 2 stitch markers. They're somewhere. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But let me show you. Maybe I can show you. I'll show you the yarn I brought with me. I brought the Cotton Fair Bulky White for the eyes. I found this on the way out the door. I'm like, I'm going to use this before I break into that. This was what was left over. I can't remember what I was making. I like to cake up my yarn before I start using it. I'm not crazy about these things. They get tangled. And so I put it on with the new magnet spindles. I wind up all my yarn on, you know, I wind it up. I hang it on that and wind it up into a cake. And and the cake goes on the spindle and I pull from the outside. It just stays nice. But okay, let's see. I'll share with you. The next project is this gingerbread house. So I have all the colors. Yesterday I had to pick up some chocolate for the house. So I picked up 2 skeins of loops and thread, 120 yards. It's the classic cotton, 109 meters. The color is called Bark. But the deer head I made out of just yarn. I held 2 together, and I can't find the cake. Don't know where I put it. That's what happens when Nancy cleans. So, and then for the gingerbread house, the candies on the roof, I brought these colors. She's leaning up against me. I love it. I had a hard fall yesterday morning, just before I left. No, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, but I had her attached to me. She did great. She had a great evening. Just happy. I mean, you could just tell we made a lot of progress. And I tripped over her. She cut in front of me, and her leash got wrapped in front of my leg. I toppled over her, and I think I almost broke my foot. It hurt for about 15 minutes. I laid there. It hurt so bad. And Tim was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Go check on her." Now that I think about it, she might not have been attached to me. Or maybe I was just holding the leash. Anyways, she's scared to death. I scared her. I fell over on her. I fell on top of her, you know? So it's like 3 steps forward, 2 steps, no, what is it? 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Dang it. But we're not giving up. So anyways, here's black for the eyes, for the deer. I still haven't finished the faces of the deer. Here's one deer head. This is the male. And then I don't know the color of this. I don't really know the yarn. I think it's CK, it's the Big Twist KC yarn, but this is going to be the female deer, reindeer, her head, and some of it has come out because I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Dang it. Isn't it weird how they pull out there? I need a stitch marker for that. But yeah, this is KC yarn, and my cake from running around, it's falling apart. It needs to be back on its spindle. I didn't bring the spindles. That's just too much to carry. Maybe that's the next thing. They need to find something that's more suitcase friendly, like maybe collapse. I mean, you only need a spindle this tall and maybe a collapse frame with a good magnet. Anyways, it's an idea, right? Okay, well then. And then I brought this color, not sure what I'm going to use it for, probably the house. No, I'm not sure what I brought that for. And then I think I'm going to make the antlers out of this. This is, I'm not sure what this is. It was cotton on my Premier shelf. I don't know if this is Premier. It may be. I'm not sure. But all the bulky yarn is Premier. And then Rudolph's nose. This is red. And this yarn is a number 5 bulky. You guys know I like bulky yarn. I love Premier's bulky cotton. And I just bought some. I would like to buy the rest of the colors that they have. I wish they had more colors. But, you know, there's 153 yards, 52 cotton, 48 acrylic. So it's not 100% cotton. It's a number 5 bulky. Recommended hook is a 6.5. I've been using, I'm not sure. Let me think. I think I've been using a 7. Because, yeah, I've been using a 7 because it's right here in the bag. I bought this bag. It's a Loops and Thread bag I got at Michael's. It's, does it say Loops and Thread? Yeah, it says Loops and Thread here. But you can find it in Michael's near their accessories, where their hooks are. It comes in a little thing folded up really small. But I buy this for my trips. I'm starting to use these so I can see what I have inside. I'm so sick of looking through bags and bags and bags for where I put a yarn color. So I'm going to try to start limiting my trips to 2 projects. If I want to do something else, I'll just go buy yarn, right? So I'm really enjoying, I've got like the hook, scissors, and stitch markers in each bag, and whatever paperwork or booklets, sunglasses, whatever, you know. But I really enjoy, I'm really glad I bought these bags. You know what I wish though? They had a separate compartment for your patterns. But you know, I don't know if it's necessarily made for crochet. Yeah, it is. It's got the holes. But I don't use these holes, no, because what if I gotta take it out? I don't know. I'd have to cut the yarn. But, and this is a hug. I think I got this from Yaddy. Yaddy sent me some cake hugs. I probably could use that for this one, because this one's wanting to come apart. Of course, you guys know I use the hair clips. You can get 100 of them for a couple bucks on Temu. But yeah, so this bag is my washcloth. I'll leave that out. You know what? I think I'm using a 6mm now that I think about it, because it's a washcloth and I wanted the stitches close together. She's so relaxed right now. I wish she was like this all the time. She loves to hear my voice. She loves to listen to Charm Grammy. I kid you not. I don't know if her voice is calming or what, but she looks up at the TV. She loves my voice. and she loves to watch when I have those little puppy videos on YouTube. She watches it. She's very intrigued by it anyways. So this was Steenhatchee. To get over the bridge, I was supposed to have proof that I owned a property there, but they let me over. They didn't even question me. I guess it was, they got through the hard times. There were people that got their power on. People were back in their places that had places to go to. But I wanted to share the different colors here. I'm sorry. Squirrel. All right, this Premier Cotton Fair Bulky. I love this yarn, you guys, to work with washcloths, purses. I don't know why, but I use this quite a bit in projects. This is pale green. I got 2 of each color. I should have gotten 3, but I wanted to get the new L yarn. So I had to, didn't have to, but I had this trip and I had money set aside for this trip and I didn't want to overspend, but I'm putting money away for Premier on the 7th through the 13th. They're having a big sale. I wish they would say, come to our warehouse, because I would fly there. No, kid you not. Just to go. Just want to go. All right. This color's peach. There's 140, it's 140 yards, 153 yards, sorry. And then I brought this other color. These are new colors that I got the other day. This one's seafoam. So these colors are going to be the candy on the top of the candy house. Gingerbread house, I'm sorry. And I brought red for the reindeer nose. So we got red for that and we got white. I bought the bark color. I'm so frustrated I couldn't find that cake. And when you're going on a trip, yeah, the stress level. And then the next one is the poinsettia. And I'm hoping that Lala, I don't think she will, but there's a breast cancer awareness washcloth in the batch. But this is year long, so this is gonna go on until next October. It's for a whole year, because we started this in October. So, yeah. Unless she does the breast cancer ribbon. I wanna design a blanket. Maybe for next year. And I wanna see, I'm gonna get Dr. Ayer and Dr. Warwick on the channel, like one of our Boggy nights, to talk about breast cancer awareness. I think it's so important, and I almost forgot about it, y'all. I'm just so wrapped up in my own world. I worked oncology for so many years. I don't know, but I've got all the pink shirts pulled out for next week. Yeah, because I have a lot of breast cancer shirts. So, all right, black and white, and then this is a new color, sand. So. Yep. It's a lot of yarn. I brought this bag, but it's okay. And then put the chocolate on. And I want to put the 2 projects on top that I'm working on. Of course, the red's in the very bottom. I gotta make that nose. The only thing about this yarn is when you pull it from the middle, sometimes you get a lot of yarn barf. So what I'm doing is pulling the label off and working on the outside while I'm on the go. And I need this for the nose and candy canes. So, and my book, this book is an Annie's book. You could probably get it at Joann's or Michael's. I've seen them in their racks. And I probably got mine there. $9.99, and the last time I bought books, I got them for like, I think it was 25% off I bought a bunch of books, pattern books. But anyways, before I go, this project, year-long project, was the founder, I can't think of the word, Lala, Mad Mimi over at Crochet Farming and Animals. This is her challenge. You know, she's the double dog dare queen. But anyways, so this is her challenge. And if you want to be a part of it, she would love for you to join it, because what she does, every week you send her a picture of your make, of your washcloth, and she does, her video is really, a bunch of people are getting involved in it, but there was so many reindeer and so many washcloths that were sent in, and she does a slideshow of everything. It's a lot of fun, and she's calling it Wipeout. And anyways, go over to her channel, check it out. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to her. She's a dear friend. She's a lot of fun, and she can be very funny. She lives in Alaska. For those of you who don't know who she is, it is Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. I added animals. But yeah, a bunch of us are doing it, and you know me, I'm always behind, but I'm gonna try to keep up. I gotta catch up right now, but she's sleeping. She's doing so good. I'm so proud of her. I love, and she's leaning up against me. She's laying on my feet. That just warms my heart. So, but after that fall yesterday, I scared her. She was a little bit afraid of me, but my foot is killing me this morning. It's not bruised. It's the top of my foot, right at the top, and there's this bone there, and it hurts below that in there inside. So it woke me up in the middle of the night. It was hurting, but I wish I should have gotten the best thing for something like that, an injury, is ice and a leaf, and you keep it on, you alternate every 15 minutes. A trainer did this to me. Every 15 minutes you ice it for, as long as you can the first day. I had a personal trainer a few years ago. When I first quit smoking, I gained 30 pounds, y'all. And I went from, maybe more than that. I went from 160 to 200 pounds. And overnight, I quit smoking. So I hired a trainer, a personal trainer, and he did work with me one-on-one, but at times I worked with a group of ladies. We did the same, whatever we were doing that day, and it was heavy duty workout. About killed me. The last 10 minutes were the worst. It was like but anyways, why was I talking about him? Oh, we were jumping on box. He had these things, and we would jump up and jump down, jump up, jump down. It was an exercise. I rolled my ankle. Never knew what that felt like. Let me tell you, that hurt bad. And he came over to me, and he had pressure on it, and I'm like, "You're killing me." He goes, "You won't regret this." Anyways, he had pressure on it for I want to say 15 minutes, and then he packed my ankle with ice and had me taking a leave, and he goes, "Go home and do the ice on and off every 15, 30 minutes, something like that." Well, anyways, I did it a couple times when I got home, and then I fell asleep. Anyways, he calls me a few hours later. He goes, "How's your ankle?" I said, "It's killing me." He goes, "Because you haven't iced it, have you?" And I said, "Well, earlier, but I fell asleep." He goes, "Do what I told you." Anyways, I iced it like he told me, and I was walking on it the next day. And he called me. He goes, "You feel better?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm telling you that Aleve ice works." And it did. It did. It made a big difference. I rolled my ankle bad. It was bad. Yes, it was. It didn't break anything, but I tell you what, man, that hurt. Never done that. How do you roll your ankle in flat tennis shoes? That's what I'm thinking. How did I do that? And I bought specific shoes for working out like I was. It was the the impact was crazy. But he about killed me. That was just too much. I can't remember the name of the company, but it was too intense. I think I'm just too old for that. I mean, I think if I kept it up, but I was a walking heart attack. Oh no, that was 5 years later. But anyways, can't use that excuse, huh? And I was still working. Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym and work out. Oh, about killed me. And my new office was just up the street, But then some mornings I felt guilty because I didn't go in. And he'd call me, "What's up?" I said, "I just can't do it today." Oh gosh. But yep. And then what was it? I saw him a couple years later, and I had packed on some weight. And I bet you he was thinking, "Yeah, that's what you get for quitting." He wasn't overly friendly with me. I ran into him at a pizza shop I was picking up pizza. So was he. I guess, I don't know. But yeah, I'm doing a little better. It's easy when you quit smoking to, supplement it with food. I was constantly in the refrigerator and I couldn't help it, and I still love to eat. I love to eat. You know what put the weight on me, I want to say, is I started eating ice cream at night after I quit smoking. Because, when I got off of work, I would go outside and smoke a cigarette on the back porch, in the evenings. And instead, I went in the refrigerator and ate a bowl of ice cream. And that's really bad. It packed on the weight. And so I do have ice cream periodically. And like Lala says, with moderation. So, and the weight dropped off, not eating all that ice cream. But I do still have ice cream. You guys witnessed that in a video the other day. With the dogs, we went to Dairy Queen. They put a Dairy Queen in my area. My husband loves their shakes. I'm all wrapped up in this yarn. Don't ask me how. I can't put the sweater down. It's all wrapped around my legs. Yes. But that's all I've got this morning, but hopefully I can share a little bit about the trip. I'm not going to worry too much about videos. I want to enjoy my time with the girls and focus on Sadie. I haven't done any videos on Sadie. We're trying to rest her leg, so we're not doing any intense training other than come and sit. And this trip is going to be a little bit of a challenge for her, but I think it'll be good for both of us. Would it have been nice to just me come? Yeah, it would have probably been easier and less stressful, but I really want this relationship between me and her to work and for her to be a happy dog. And she is happier since we started the training. So, but she's not too sure about this place. She enters the elevator's really good, and then she'll turn around, sit, and then she'll kind of want to go out the door, and I'll say sit, I'll reinforce it, and she'll sit. I mean, so I'm really impressed at how well she's doing doorways. I think that is a big breakthrough, because like what's next, kind of that. You can see the what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, and when we go outside with all that traffic, she's like, what do I do, what do I do, and I just lead her out there to go potty, have her sit, and just look around, and I pet her and talk to her, and we do a little drill to sit, stop, and come, lay down, drill, and then we get to the entrance of the hotel. We did this several times last night. And before we go through the opening doors, I have her sit, I pet her, and I say, come. The door's open. She walked through it like a champ. Now, when she got in the lobby and there were several people in there, she got a little nervous, but we walked by. And yesterday on the trip, there was a couple things, like we stopped at a rest area because we had to take a break, let her go to the bathroom. There was 2 semis there. It was an overly busy place. 2 semis, but you know, there's traffic on the highway way behind us. And she was a little nervous about the semi because the refrigerator's running, you know, while it's parked. So I had her walk over there and kind of face the fear. We walked along the side of the truck and walked back, sat there and petted her. Told her she was a good girl. She did really good, but she was glad to get away from that truck. And then there's a pavilion there. She wasn't too crazy about going under it, but she did it. And her trainer called me last night, and she wanted to know how she was doing, and she just said it might be a little too much. So before I went to dinner, I got the crate and I put her in the crate and I put food and water in there, and it's like a den, and she was sleeping when I came home. We went to eat. I let her stay here in the crate, and we went to eat at Chili's. We were only gone an hour and a half, and she was sleeping. She ate all her food, so she did really good. So she's doing good in the crate eating, and that's what the trainer wanted her to do. So all right, this video is 36 minutes and I'm not home, and I don't know how this internet is. Probably a lot better than mine, but anyways, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go have fun with my girls. That's the Crafty Floridian Billie. This is where she lives, the area she lives in. Want to visit with her. Also Nina's Knots Crochet. She's lives in my area in the next town over, Ocala. And then Charm Grammy, she's flying in today. Charm Grammy, Lynette, from Ohio. So we're all in Florida, and we're going to make the best of it. We're going to try not to let the hurricane totally ruin our plans. It has for some of you ladies out there that wanted to come. And I've got one subscriber. We may meet up with her. I don't know. She would like to eat lunch with us, but I got to talk to the other girls about it. I haven't had a chance. I read an email last night. We've been talking about maybe meeting up. So, but that's it. So I love you guys, and I'll see you later. You think maybe I'll have no, the weather's cool, so it's not beach weather. It really isn't. It's well, maybe it is to walk on the beach, but it's not. I don't know. Yesterday got hot. But in the mornings, it's been cool and breezy. It's been really nice. So, but I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, and in Florida, you have to dress in layers. You know, sometimes I'll wear a shirt with a long sleeve shirt over it, or just a sweat jacket. I brought a sweat jacket. That's enough this morning to go out and walk her. And yeah. So, anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyways, I'm here to have fun. Yeah, and I'll see you guys later. Love y'all. Mwah.